Hey everyone, what's up? Long time no see.
Hello.
We're still alive. It's Miss Miku Hour. It's a podcast about Vocaloid by Vocaloid fans. I think that's how it went.
Welcome back to the Miku-Cast. That's how Miku-Cast. Yes,
the Miku-Cast. Welcome to the Miku-Cast.
Welcome back. It's been a while, hasn't it? Forgotten how to do this. Oops. Oopsie.
Yeah, see, what happened was Miku locked us in her dungeon, but I think she lost the key or something, so we were just kind of like trapped in there with like the bare essentials, and we were just waiting for our time to come out. Yeah, and then she finally let us free, and this is the
this
the thing.
This is us.
I forgot the word.
We're free now. That's all that matters.
We are. Yeah. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about Wowaka, and just sort of him in general. I would like to say some of the songs Wowaka has made are content warning for them, I'd say, because they're not
no, not really
super happy, I suppose. Yeah, so if you're not comfortable with like themes of like suicide or self-harm or just dark themes, then that's okay. You can just skip this one, I think. Yeah.
Oh, were we gonna introduce ourselves or no? Oops. Oh,
I forgot about that.
You're gonna have to reintroduce yourself. You're someone new. Who are you? You're someone else.
That's right. During my cocooning in the Miku dungeon, I transformed into a butterfly and changed my Twitter username. Yeah, so I'm M. I am Vivid Citrus now.
Wow.
Round of applause.
So nice.
I go by Vivid Citrus now, or Vivi, which is very cute. I found that even though I announced it on Twitter, I apparently didn't do a good enough job because every single one of my Twitter friends was like, "Who the hell are you?" So, yeah, that's my bad. I'll take that L. Yeah.
Oh man. Hey guys.
Yeah.
I haven't changed my name. I'm Evangeline. Still Tadashi. Yeah. How are you guys?
It feels like we're on like a Twitch stream. Hey guys, what's up? It's 9 p.m. and I'm already feeling loopy. So we're doing great. So focus. This is sad. Today we're talking about Wowaka because while recording this he passed away 2 years ago in 2 days, which is a kind of a weird sentence to say, but in 2019 he passed away on April 5th, and it's April 3rd now, and today we'd like to just talk about him, his importance and sort of like Vocaloid, our lives, and to remember him, I suppose.
Good tribute to Wowaka.
Yeah.
He's such an amazing producer, and like, what is it? He's like one of those. He really was one of the founders of just like the early like Nico Doga like Vocaloid community. I would like to say, like, along with a lot of other like big producers, but like Wowaka was up there, you know? Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely one of those like quote unquote founding fathers or whatever of Vocaloid, with like Hachi and Oster and Ryo and Lifetune. Even though he kind of started a little later than people like Ryo, like a year or two, he definitely sort of marked a foundation for a lot of what makes Vocaloid possible, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry. Miss Miko, our host mindset. Oh man.
You're just like silence.
Sorry.
That's
I'm gonna be frank with you.
That's cool podcasting content.
The idea for the podcast was M's idea, and they were like, you want to do a podcast? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I realized I'm so bad at talking. I'm so bad at talking and being a podcaster. So like,
you're doing
I'm
fantastic.
trying my best, guys. Anyway,
you're doing so good.
Do you want to start off with our timeline, or what do you want to do?
I would love to. We have a timeline written out between 2009 and 2019, so 10 years of just Wowaka content, and we'll sort of like just talk about what he did during that time. So in 2009, Wowaka, I don't know how to say his other name, Genjitsu Tohi?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It looks so hard to read.
Maybe if I space it out. You're gonna wait again.
Genjitsu Tohi.
There you go.
So I did not know that he originally started under a different name, but he started under Genjitsu Tohi. That's what he started under. And what I found out was that he started under it because of like a line that would appear in a lot of his like comments, his captions, that was like to escape this world kind of thing. And so people started like nicknaming him after that. Yeah, kind of like Pinocchio P, sort of, where one of his names was from the fandom itself. But so Wowaka debuted as a Vocaloid P in May of 2009, and he was mostly inspired by like live tune, and seeing like all this kind of stuff that producers could do. I think he was a college student by this time.
I think
Am
so.
I wrong?
I was doing some math because I was like, how old was Wowaka when he started? I think he's like 20, 21-ish. So I'm like, so yeah, about like college student age.
Wow, so many famous producers start out around then. Like Kira's like 20, I think. Oh my gosh. And Wowaka's 20, 21. Wow. People are so incredible.
It's not too late for me. I can do something. Oh man, I think just like
we can do it.
Being online and like you see all these like really young people succeeding and you're like, damn. Well, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, right? So Wowaka debuted with the song In the Green Zone, which it's a song. Listen, I love Wowaka with all my heart, but that was not it.
I did listen to a little bit. I didn't think it was that bad, but okay.
It's okay, but it's like not.
Yeah, I guess
not
it's not really
know?
what his style is. Like what we know, I guess.
Yeah, it's really strange, like seeing through like the Wowaka album, or not the Wowaka, the Unhappy Refrain album, and just seeing like his different sort of ideas for songs. He remastered all of his songs for that album, but if you just like compare like the original like Tosenbo and like the album one, it's like, so these are kind of like two different things going on, you know?
I see.
Speaking of, Tenohira, line art, Tosenbo, My Talent, Two-Faced Lovers, Zureteiku, and Doll of Building Blocks all come out in 2009.
Dang,
which is insane. That's like half of his discography.
Man, you're really pumping out all those songs.
I know Tosenbo was like Wowaka's first sort of hit. Like people started noticing him after he released Tosenbo. And it's a good song. It's really nice. And then he released Two-Faced Lovers. People are like,
my gosh.
whoa. Whoa. I know Two-Faced Lovers and was it Two-Faced Lovers? I think Two-Faced Lovers and Two Breaths of Walking both came out around the same time.
Right.
Like, yeah, they came out like 2 days from each other.
Okay.
In 2009. And I think not Two Breaths Walking. Two-Faced Lovers charted over Deco's Two Breaths Walking.
Wow.
Yeah, for like a week. Yeah. Which is so crazy. I wonder if that's how they met. They were like, wait.
Did Two Breaths Walking come out with no, okay, so when Two Breaths Walking came out, that was just the music. That wasn't like the fan made PV, right?
No. Okay. Yeah, that was just the still image.
Okay. I just sorry. I just wanted to know.
What were you wondering about?
I don't know. I'd be like, whoa, because like I don't only know Two Breaths Walking by just like the still image. I know it by everyone knows it by the fancy PV, because it's wonderful. It's everybody knows it. So I was like, what? You're telling me that Two-Faced Lovers with just the still image beat like the fancy PV with like the prettiness? And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not adding up. Sorry, you went off on a tangent.
No, yeah. I think even during that interview with Deco and Wowaka mentioned something about how he was so envious of Deco songs always getting cool animated PVs, and he was like, I wish I could have something like that, But I think Wowaka's sort of like still image with some abstract art is very, very him.
I know.
It's very recognizable. So I think it worked out in the end.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's very iconic. Like you see those kind of gray abstract shapes and you're like, what? A Wowaka? Yeah.
Yeah. I like how you inserted quotes from that interview. I think we'll be referencing it a lot. It's such a good interview. It's between Deco and Wowaka, where they talk about sort of Vocaloid, and I think it was written in 2017 because the Miku anniversary just happened. And it's such an interesting read. It's so good.
Read it. It's good. I wanted to say this. It's translated by vgperson. They're an amazing translator. They've been here from like the very beginning. I just want to say big shout out to vgperson. You're so amazing. Thank you. You translate so many like interviews.
You really sort of really sort of carried the Vocaloid fandom.
Yeah, thank you, vgperson.
Yeah. So there's this one quote on why Wowaka was first sort of liked Miku in the first place. And I'd like to read a snippet because it's kind of funny. So he said, like Deco-san said, the number one thing that makes Hatsune Miku has to be her voice. But with the fact that it's not a human singing, it entered my ears in a way entirely unlike the music I'd heard before. Regardless of the song or lyrics, it felt like it was pressing on a new stimulus. At first, I didn't know who was making the song, so I thought, maybe there's a Hatsune Miku composing committee. They crank these all out.
The Hatsune Miku-Hive-Mind.
It's so funny. Man. Which, I mean, that's totally fair. Like, imagine just, it's like 2009 or 10, and then you're just seeing a bunch of random people just posting songs, but the singer is a robot girl, and you're like, did we plan this beforehand?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think seeing producers like LiveTune and Rio really sort of inspired him. And I think that's like a lot of older Vocaloid P's sort of origin stories. They see the same two producers and they're like, this is something that I can do by myself, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
And I think that's sort of where his sort of journey started.
Yeah, and I don't know, especially the fact that when people find out that this music is usually coming from like a one person musician, you know, that's just interesting to see. Like, you made all this cool music and you collaborated with all these different people to make something so amazing. And just Miku, I think that's just very awe-inspiring, I guess.
It is, yeah, to see like to see the ability to like make everything yourself is something that I think a lot of like younger producers are like really interested in, because they don't have much, so they're like, well, I'll just do it all myself. And it's made possible with stuff like that. Stuff like Vocaloid.
Definitely.
So in 2010, this was a big year, I think. In 2010, Wowaka released Rolling Girl, World's End Dance Hall, and Unhappy Refrain, all in a span of a year. Can you imagine making 3 bangers? Oh my god, in a row. Oh, that's so crazy to think about.
What's your favorite Wowaka song, by the way? I would just like to know.
It's so hard to pick. Oh man, I really like Unhappy Refrain. It goes really hard.
You can't go wrong with Unhappy Refrain.
But there's like Tenohira is also a really good song. And so is Tosenbo. Like there's so many like good songs, and like Rolling Girl also. It's like such an iconic one. What about you?
Oh,
I can't barely pick.
You're right.
Right.
I do really like Unhappy Refrain. At least, I guess so. I listen to that so much. I don't know. Yeah.
I love that song.
I also like Two-Faced Lovers, because I would just like challenge myself and be like, I can sing this. I think I could sing some parts kind of good, but like it's so fast. It is so fast.
It's so fast.
Oh, man.
And I read that Wowaka sort of making like faster paced songs sort of like also added interest to him, since a lot of the songs were during 2010 and 9 were really slower, like Last Night, Good Night, and Vocaloid in Love kind of thing. Like they were all set at like a lower BPM, so seeing someone just be like, yeah, I'm gonna crank it up. It's like, whoa. Didn't know you could do that.
Because that really added to his interest as a Miku artist, in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and his lyrics, I think, too, since they're so I don't know if I'd say bold, but they're very like upfront.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also have this sort of, I think, at least with like Rolling Girl, it has sort of like a mystery as to what it's about. What do you think Rolling Girl's about?
I'm gonna. Okay, I don't know. Oh man! Wait.
Proven, ladies and gentlemen. I have proven my case.
I don't know, because like if I told you right now, I would just have to go off like the fan made PV and like, oh, she's just sad. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics so I can. I didn't think this was gonna be a quiz. I wasn't prepared. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
No, because I was talking about this song a while back with some friends, and all of us sort of came to different sort of stories with Rolling Girl. I was like, yeah, Rolling Girl is about someone who is like struggling like mentally, and then when they say one more time, they're just gonna keep living for one more day kind of thing. That's what I thought it was about. Then someone flipped it on me. My friend flipped it on me. I was like, no, incorrect. Rolling Girl is about someone who is self-harming. And one more time is every time they hurt themselves. And that's when, and at the end they give up because they like find peace or whatever. And I was like, dude. I think it's so interesting how, since it's so open-ended, it can mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. In the long run.
Oh, man. I don't really know. I'll have to... when I make that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make Miss Miku our TikTok, and I will talk about my analysis of Rolling Girl, so that way all of TikTok can know.
Really?
Or something.
The canon of Rolling Girl.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but
yeah. I think there are also similar instances with like two-faced lovers where it's since all of the Wowaka songs originally were just a still image with lyrics, I think people could sort of like make any sort of conclusion that they wanted to it. And things like Two-Faced Lovers and World's End's Dance Hall, especially since I've seen be interpreted in really tragic ways. Like World's End's Dance Hall has been interpreted to like two women like falling in love, but they can't quote unquote they can't, so they just end up in tragedy. But I've also seen it as like one person, but it's just like sort of a conflicting of identities within one person. So I think that's so interesting.
Yeah. Why is it gonna make the lyrics so ambiguous? Dang. Yeah.
Right?
Like, it could be...
They're very, like,
it could be
mysterious.
this, but wait, it could be that. But you know what? Nah, maybe it's this.
Unlike, it reminds me a lot of, like, it's like the exact opposite of, like, Hachi. And, he's very direct. Like, and so this happens, and then this happens.
Yeah.
He does that as Kensho Nezu too. It's very like direct, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, but I think their different styles work for them. Since Wowaka sort of took like a Nabuna approach of like, I don't want to be like the center of attention. I want my songs to be. So I think that also adds like a layer of like anonymous
anomaly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that worked out for him.
I don't know. I mean,
he's
practically the face.
He really said, "Do not perceive me," and everyone went, "No."
Oh man. Oh y'all. But,
yeah. He is practically the face of a lot of Vocaloid.
Yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm.
I think when like thinking about like older songs, it's always like Wowaka that definitely comes to mind, or even just like popular Vocaloid songs in general. He's still there. He's everywhere.
Yeah, man.
It's so incredible.
He's just, what's the word? I can't think of the word. I guess it's so popular. I guess I'm going. You just can't leave him. He just in our minds forever. Wowaka only.
He is all consuming in the sense of like his impact has been so great to so many people that he has made it impossible to forget, and I love that for him.
There we go.
Love that.
Thank you for that. I didn't know where I was going with that. Oh man.
So, and also in 2010, he released 2 mini albums. World 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is one album, and 7 Girls Discord, and they have Gumi on them, which I think not a lot of people know that he produced with Gumi. And early,
I think Luca's on one of these too somewhere.
Oh, I think you're right. But I think he has like 2 or 3 Gumi songs that he's made, and they sound really good. I like hearing Gumi in his style.
I think, if you guys want, you could check those out. I think there's a YouTube video that has the full discography of both of Wowaka's all his albums. I think it's floating around on YouTube somewhere.
I've seen that.
If you search it up, it shouldn't be too hard to find, I think.
Moving on, so we have to get in this headspace that Wowaka by 2011 is famous. Not like famous, but like very popular in the Vocaloid community. Like everyone knows him. Everyone's heard like Unhappy Refrain or Two Face Lovers or Rolling Girl. They've all heard it. He's big shit. So he's kind of like one of the big dogs at this point. Since all of his songs have been so incredibly popular. And so in 2011, Wowaka and a couple of other producers, Oster, Hachi, Nano, Fukawa, Hompo, Scope, and Agoniki P. They've made this record label for Vocaloid producers so that it would be easier for them to sort of transfer themselves from like the internet space to like real life artwork, like producer work. So this sort of like transition place. So like producers could come in and like release under there, and like since it was like a real record label, it would be like easier for these producers to like show their work to like non-Vocaloid bases, I think.
So.
And it was called Balloon. The record label was called Balloon. Which is so
it's called Balloom with an M.
Balloon. It's Balloon,
it's
right? Balloon?
With an M. Wait, let me look it up. I'm pretty...
With an M? I thought it was Balloon, because the little logo is a balloon?
I could be wrong. Wait.
Oh, no. Get your votes in now. Is it Balloon or Balloom?
It is Balloom with an M. Sorry to crush all your dreams.
I'm just dumb.
There's another producer I forgot to mention in there. It's Tokupi Man, when I was writing them out on our Google Doc, I didn't realize, like, I was telling them before that they call themselves a Voca boomer, but I'm like a Voca millennial, Voca Gen Z. Because I started listening to Vocaloid like 2012, but like I didn't really have the headspace of like knowing all the producers and all the whatnot. I didn't really do that until like 2015-ish, I guess. 2014, 2015-ish is when I started paying attention to producers and stuff. But I was looking at all these producers and I'm like, I don't know any of these people. And I was looking them all up. And I was like, wait. And I was like, I don't know them by name, but I know their songs. So like,
but you know their songs.
Like, I think the only producer I knew from that list was like Nano, because they did Hello, How Are You? That's like my favorite Vocaloid song. Like early.
What about Oster?
I know Oster. I know Oster. I know Hachi. Saying I didn't know Hachi. I know Oster. I know Hachi. I know Nano. Everyone else, I was like, who the heck are these people?
Yeah, I think Scop made the song Irony.
Tokupi. When I was researching this, they didn't have a what's it? A little highlight what's it called? The lightning link, little link under their name. So I was like, who the hell is this person? I was too lazy. They made Spica, so I'm like, oh, okay. Spica. Wait, let me look it up real quick. Bokawa Honpo. I'm looking this up so people can know with me. So people can be like,
this is fun. This is fun.
They made, this is the only song I know from them is Piano Lesson. And Agoniki made Double Lariat. Double Lariat. There we go.
Yeah, Double Lariat. I love that song.
So, yeah.
Let me see. I think like Furukawa P also made like Alice, and I'm trying to think of like another really popular song people would know from all these 2009, 2010 songs.
I only know Piano Lesson from Furukawa P. They have Alice, Girlfriend, Envy, but I don't know those ones as well.
They're all really great producers. So, Wowaka sort of made this like fun time party with all these really cool producers and made it accessible for producers online to sort of get places in sort of real life music culture. If that makes sense. Like the labels released Hachi's Diorama, which is his first album and made him incredibly popular. And then Wowaka's Unhappy Refrain was also released through Balloom.
There's more, but I didn't put them there. Sorry. Those are the only ones I was really.
Wow, Evangeline said to fuck all of y'all.
Sorry, oh man.
I mean, we are only talking about Wowakas. So,
but yeah,
that's very true. And then also in 2011, Wowaka sort of made this. I didn't know about this subunit production collective with Toku and Furukawa
and Hachi.
And Hachi. Sorry, Hachi. And Hachi. And they had sort of like a little band together. I didn't know that. Wow. That's so incredible that they did that. So Wowaka and Hachi have known each other for quite a long time.
So, I don't know. Just been sticking together for so long. All right, back... I'm podcaster host. I can say words.
Are you okay?
All right, so I don't know, and in 2011, you kind of see like the slowdown of like early vocal EPs just kind of leaving and just uploading less, I guess. And you see this with Wowaka, and he kind of leaves the Vocaloid space and does his own thing with his band Hitorie. And here, I wanna read what I wrote down.
Okay.
Oh man, sorry. I don't know, because like when you read these interviews, like a lot of the vocal EPs will say like how not it was super competitive, but kinda. Where like everyone saw each other as like rivals. It was like everyone's putting out all this good music. Like I want to do that too. I want to not necessarily be the best, but just be cool like these other people. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. And I guess this is kind of like creative burnout. Like you're always creating all these things, all this music, all this collaborating with people, and it kind of burns you out. And I don't know. I guess every kind of creative kind of feels that way, especially when you're trying to work up to like this big hype, this big brand like Hatsune Miku. And around like 2011, 2012-ish, like you see produced like Hachi, Deco, Wowaka, they kind of stop. I guess it's kind of the slowdown. They stop uploading as much. I think this was kind of the end of like Hachi altogether, and Deco stopped during this time as well. He didn't like go back until like what was it? Ghost Rule came out, which was like 2014, 2015,
2016,
2016ish.
2014.
Sorry, I don't remember the exact date. Is it 2016?
Oh my god! Man. Oh my god! Yes, it was in 2016.
Sorry.
Oh my god, the shock I felt. Oh, was it really 2014? Oh, I can't be that old. Oh no.
Yeah, and reading the interview, Wowaka's kind of reason for distancing himself from the Vocaloid scene during this time was kind of like to protect himself. After he released Unhappy Refrain, he believed his music style was becoming too stagnant, repetitive. A lot of his progress, as a musician, being limited to the confines of like the Vocaloid, Nico Nico Doga kind of community. I want to read a quote. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So he says, "It felt like an important part of myself was lost, and at that time, I couldn't digest that idea of Wowaka-esque in a positive way. I had done this as Wowaka because I simply like to. So being repaid with that kind of stuff was very, very saddening and really exhausted me. I think that's also why after releasing Unhappy Refrain, I was in such a terrible mental state. So, yeah. Just seeing how, I don't know, how burned out he was. Just even being himself, like his own style of music, people expected that of him each time he posted. So, like,
I know, especially that in sort of the English sphere, I know he got really frustrated with the fact that people weren't crediting his songs. So they were just saying like by Miku kind of thing. And I at least I've always been told that Wowaka got so frustrated with the fact that he sort of developed this like pseudo hatred for Vocaloid for a while, where it's sort of turned into like a they're like not really grateful kind of thing, I suppose. and he left to work for like Hitorie, which is his band, and such.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess leaving like the Vocaloid space was good for his mental being, because like you're overshadowed by Miku, I guess. Like, yeah,
exactly.
Not a good feeling, especially if you want to make this like your career. You want to make this something. You want to be, you want to be credited for your talents, your, I don't know, your, whatever stuff you do. I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can definitely see why he took a step back from Vocaloid as a whole. He kind of said sort of the mindset of like, this isn't for me anymore. Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't think he left sort of in a total sort of evil, not like evil, but like in a bad mindset of Vocaloid, but in the sense of like anger, but like hopefulness. Does that make sense? That it will become better. Yeah, I know Wowaka really sort of depended on future producers to keep Vocaloid alive, quote unquote. He was like, I'll count on the future producers to make the content that people need when I'm not there, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that he believed in the fandom space.
Yeah.
And I love that. So now it's sort of 2012, and Wowaka has solely... Oh, I wanted to say, I found this out. In 2011, Wowaka wrote one of the ending songs for Madoka Magica, which is crazy to me. Oh my gosh, she's so popular. But anyway, in 2012, he solely worked with Hitorie till like 2019. And he released, by the way, the members of... There's 4 people-ish. There's Shinoda, which is the guitarist and vocalist, and Igarashi, which is bassist, Yubao, which is the drummer, and Wowaka, which is also the vocalist. So there was 4 people in Hitorie, and they honestly have made really, really great stuff. I totally recommend them. They sort of have this like kind of similar vibe to Wowaka's music, like previous Unhappy Refrain music, but it's like I guess more high energy.
Okay.
I'd say
high energy.
Yeah, more rock, more emotion.
Yeah,
I suppose.
I mean, I really didn't start. I don't really listen to Hitorie that much, but I listened to a little bit of like Howls and
Howls is so good.
One of their songs. It's like Sleepwalker, I think. Is that what it's called?
I love that song.
But, yeah, it's still really great music. You guys still want it? Hitorie is still active, I believe. Yeah,
they are. They announced that I think it was this year or something. They announced that they were going to make a best of collection for Wowaka, and I think they titled it 4, which is incredibly sweet. The 4 of them, and they'll continue making music as just the 3 of them. So I'm glad that it must have been so tough for them. I'm glad that they're still making music.
Man, I really don't know that much about them. I wanted to write more, but like, they're not really too popular in like the Western sphere. So a lot of it is locked behind another language that I cannot read, unfortunately. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
I know that I was listening to Hitorie for probably since I'm trying to think. I remember Howl's coming out, but I listened to like Iki before then. But I've only been listening to it sort of briefly. But they're a very good band, and I really like what they've done. They've also made like a lot of music for like animes and stuff, like the song Polaris that they made, which is also fantastic. Wowaka's sort of like screaming emotions in that song just hit different. It's so good. But they wrote that song for Boruto. Oh, really? For Boruto. They did.
7th ending of Boruto? Oh man.
Oh my gosh. I would pass away if my anime had Hitorie as one of the soundtracks. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
What an honor for Boruto. Oh man. That's so great. They've written a couple songs for animes. But I think that one's kind of the funniest.
Oh wow.
So Hitorie has debuted. Their first album was Room Sick Girls Escape, which came out December 31st in 2012. And ever since they've had 3 albums since. Deeper, Iki, and Howls. Deeper and Iki came out both the same year in 2016, and Howls came out in 2019. Which is, I recommend Howls. Yeah. Totally. It's their newest work, and I think shows a lot of like what they sort of wanted in their music. I read a Hitorie interview where one of the band members said that this was sort of like a not like a punctuation mark, but like a definitive voice of Hitorie. So a good representation of them, I think, is a good word for it. Yeah. Howls is very great. And on Howls, both Polaris and Sleepwalker are on there. I love Sleepwalker. That's really good. Such a good song. I love it. The PV too is so cute, where it's someone dancing in pajamas and Wowaka is singing. It's very funny. Yeah. A lot of Hitorie's PVs are very pretty. They have that like Wowaka-esque to them, where they're all very focused on color, I think. Sort of like very sort of minimalized. They're very minimalized and stylized. Like the song Blue is literally so pretty. Not only is it very pretty, but the PV for it is also very excellent. Where like it's someone like slowly being covered in like blue chalk. It's very pretty.
Nice. Man, this is your sign to listen to Hitorie some more if you haven't.
This is your sign if you haven't listened to them now.
Please. I will also do that.
They're so excellent. I think more people should listen to them. They're so excellent. So we're sort of jumping ahead. After Howl's release in 2019 on February 27th, Wowaka, and here we are in 2019. On April 5th, Wowaka passed away in his sleep due to heart failure. He passed away. Do you remember what you were doing when you found out?
I think I do. This is, oh man. So, I used to have an Instagram account where I talked about Vocaloid. It didn't last very long because
it was so cool.
Yeah, I liked it for the little while I had it, but I remember when he did pass away, I was like, oh no. And that's what I talked about that week, was just Wowaka and his legacy. And I was like, I don't know. It was just because during that time, like, you know, Wowaka's just so, he's not really in the Vocaloid space anymore. And so when you hear about a producer, like after a while of not hearing about them, you want it to be something good, not some kind of like really, you know, damper news, I guess. And yeah.
I remember I was talking with some friends, and then he started trending on Twitter, and we're like, oh, Wowaka, and then we read what happened, and none of us could really believe it, in the sense of, like, this is a real event that has occurred. Yeah. Like, the denial was real. And I remember thinking, like this producer that I've never met has now suddenly passed away, and it felt like I had lost a real person in my life, you know?
Yeah.
It was sort of that grief that's like really shallow, but then like hits you all at once, like a punch.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. Because I think for a lot of people, Wowaka helped them through things that they needed, like when they needed help with. I know a lot of stories of people being like, I listened to Rolling Girl or Two Face Lovers during middle school when I was incredibly sad, and those helped me through. And I think a lot of people really sort of lost a part of themselves when he died.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot. I can't. Did we talk about this? Sorry.
What?
I think we forgot. Did we talk about Unknown Mother Goose?
Yeah. I totally forgot.
Sorry. I was like, oh.
In what was it? 2017. In 2017, for Miku's 10th anniversary, he wrote Unknown Mother Goose, which that was the first song he wrote in Vocaloid for years, I think. Yeah. The last song he made was in 2012, I think, and then in 2017 he wrote Unknown Mother Goose. And it's sort of like his final like love letter to Vocaloid, I think.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. I remember him saying in that interview that he got Miku V4X, and he's like, what is happening? Who is this? What are all these buttons? Oh, since he'd only used Miku V2 before.
Yeah.
But it's such an incredible song, and it really impacted people and sort of made them be like, yeah, Wowaka.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it was 2017 or 2019. I think he and his band did a self cover of Unknown Mother Goose too.
They did.
Isolate. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called Isolate. The album that came out on. Maybe.
They did do a cover of it. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Wowaka has such a nice voice. Speaking of, after Wowaka's passing, obviously everyone was affected by it, I think. I remember Hachi posting, or Kenshi Yunezu posting a picture, on Instagram of him and Wowaka. Wowaka's so short. But since they'd known each other for so long, he was obviously very, very sad about it. And he said that Wowaka was like an innovator and he inspired Hatsuki a lot.
Yeah. I guess they're really good friends. I remember, I think it was either one of his tweets or like his journal. I don't remember where I was reading it, but Kenshi Unezu, he was just talking about his friendship with Wowaka, and he was like, yeah, we were good friends. We were like drinking buddies or whatever. Something like that. I just remember that.
Yeah, and I think Wowaka had a Twitter, and I remember the Twitter tweeting out that he passed away, and I think that was like the sort of definitive like nail in the coffin for me. It's such a hard thing to sort of wrap your mind around, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people talk about parasocial relationships, but they don't talk about like the parasocial effects of an artist's death. You know?
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. It genuinely does feel like someone I knew died. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's a weird thing to think about. Yeah,
I think so too. I don't know, for a long time I just feel like I don't know, I guess just for me, I guess. Like I know who Wowaka was. I know his songs. I don't really know him as a person, but like even just knowing that he was, he passed away, it didn't feel real. Like you're telling me this someone like so like godlike in this community just is gone. It kind of really didn't click, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't for me either. It was this jarring like, but it's Wowaka kind of thing. It's Wowaka. He couldn't have passed away. He couldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very wild. It was a grieving period, I think, for the whole community. I remember he trended like #1 in Japan and America and Twitter. And people posted tribute like art or stuff, like songs and stuff. Marvin also made The Last Message, which is a tribute song made by him and a collection of other people, which is also incredible.
Yes.
So a bunch of people were just showing their like just like admiration for him and like, I can't believe this is a real thing kind of thing.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like people who weren't in the Vocaloid community commenting and like sending saying like, I'm so sad he passed away. He used to be a big part of my childhood kind of thing. And I think that just shows like his effects and reach as a person and a producer.
Yeah.
Even Miku Expo and Magical Mirai, they had tribute segments to Wowaka during their live concerts in 2019. Which, have you seen them? They made me cry.
Yeah, I have. Oh man.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a big screen. The big screen at the top plays a collection of Wowaka songs, and the words from the songs go down to the bottom screen where Miku dances, and the words slowly form into her, which is like, mwah. It's beautiful. It's such a good sort of representation of like the producer, like how they form Miku. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And people like chanting Wowaka during it.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. It sends chills down my spine. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, man. I'm so sad. I never got to go to Miku Expo.
They didn't. Well, they did it for the
was it
Miku Expos in
Europe? Was it Europe?
In Europe, yeah, they did it for the Miku Expos in Europe because those were in 2019, and then they did the Magical Mirai for 2019. And I wondered if they were going to do it for the 2020 Miku Expo, but then it got canceled. So I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Man.
I can't imagine the energy though. A bunch of fans who are all sort of grieving in a sense of the loss of a producer, sort of bonding over that. I would have sobbed my eyes out. My gosh. Hitorie also did something similar where during their one of their live performances they played Rolling Girl. They sang Rolling Girl. Yeah. And the one of the members, Shinoda, I remember him saying, "Let's all sing together, me and the audience, so that Wowaka from heaven can hear us." And I was like, "Fuck!"
No way. Man.
Yeah.
The immense love for Wowaka is just continuing on to this day. Oh, man.
I know. So many people care about him. I know. So many people love him. Oh, man. Yeah, it's so crazy how he's impacted so many people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sort of his timeline, his 10-year sort of life as a Vocaloid and a Vocaloid producer and a band member.
Yeah.
Hitorie.
Yeah. Man.
What an incredible person.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What an incredible person.
I can't think of what to say because, like, oh man.
I remember. I think Wowaka is such an important part of Vocaloid history in the sense of like how he's changed it, and I've seen people sort of like worry, like, oh no, his sort of like legacy, his memory, but I really don't think that sort of thing would be a problem because it's just his songs are so popular and they resonate with so many people that it's impossible to forget him. He's not someone that you can easily forget. So yeah, listen to Wowaka's music and listen to Hitorie's music. Sort of like keep that energy alive, you know?
Yeah. And thank you for being with us, Wowaka. You were so amazing. Oh man.
Thank you for making music, Wowaka.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for existing. So glad for that.
Thank you for having just a little bit of impact on our lives.
Not a little bit, a lot of impact. Dang. And
what a good person.
Man, I don't know if I should add this or not. I felt like it's too late to add it, but
What? And what?
Oh man, thinking about Unknown Mother Goose again. Just like, you know, the 10th anniversary Miku album. Was it Restart? What was it called? I think it was Restart. restart. I don't know. Saying how it's supposed to be a compilation of gratitude, but Wowaka's like, no, my song's gonna be about love. Kind of how kind of love for like Miku herself. Miku's the one who started his like music career, I guess, and got him to where he is. His impact is a lot of it is just his impact in the Vocaloid community, being a Miku producer, all of that. You know what? It's just such a great thing because I don't know, with how much Vocaloid has impacted so many different people as well. Like you just don't forget Wowaka and his just being, I guess.
His being, yeah.
That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Yep.
Oh man, I started crying.
Oh no.
Oh man,
Crying
so
on
silly.
Crying on Miss Miku Hour again. We should have a tally board or something.
We should have a bingo sheet. And one of the spots is crying on Miss Miku Hour.
Oh man, if you get bingo, I don't know what you get. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. It's his impact is so great. I think it'd be impossible for anyone to forget him.
Yeah,
and I don't think we should.
Yeah, but
yeah. That's Wowaka. That's me crying. That's
that's our tribute to Wowaka. Yeah. Very small, but yeah.
I know Wowaka means a lot to a lot of people, so I wanted to make this sort of episode highlighting that, especially since a lot of the time people don't sort of reflect on the producer,
Yeah.
And I don't think I really did that either, in the sense of like I took him for granted. I thought, oh, it's Wowaka. It can't be, something bad can't happen to him because he's Wowaka. And so I think it's always so important to be grateful for the producers or creators that we have, because we don't realize the effect they have on us until it's gone.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh no.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh man. Oh. Another two sad episodes in a row.
What? Last episode wasn't that sad. We were just being all mushy.
It wasn't that sad. Starts crying. Sorry, guys. I'll pick the theme for next episode, and pick the last two themes. So I'll pick the next one, and it'll be happy. Maybe, I'll promise.
I didn't notice that the last two I picked, and we've cried on both of them. Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Oh, that's my bad. I'll take that L. The next episode will probably be like happy songs. Producers that made happy songs. It'd be like a look into Junkie EP or something.
Yeah. We'll do that next time. All right. I don't think I got anything else to say. You?
Love your producers,
yes.
But in a casual way that's not creepy. Just be grateful. Be grateful for your producers. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, great message. Thank you guys for listening this week. Listening to us cry, but What do we say at the end?
You can find us on Twitter at Miss Miku Hour, where I tweet stuff sometimes.
Thank you.
If you want to be part of the official Miss Miku Hour MikuCast Club, follow at Miss Miku Hour on Twitter. You'll be one of the cool kids. You can find me at Vivid Citrus. I changed my name. Vivid Citrus on Twitter. It's still the same person. It's just a different name. Yeah. Where can they find you?
You can find me, Evangeline, at Tadasheep, also on Twitter. Sometimes I do stuff. Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that has been the episode. Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you 39s. Thank you 39s. Thank you very much, 39s. I also wanted to say, sorry for the weird uploading schedule. We both have lives outside of this podcast. And I was going through it for a little bit. And Evangeline has been so kind and patient with me, so let's give her a round of applause. Yay!
Thank you.
She's been so kind through everything. We love it, Evangeline. We love.
Thank you.
But yeah, so to the listeners, please be patient with our weird uploading schedule. I know it was originally like 2 episodes per month. And we try to get to that sort of range. But sometimes it just doesn't work out. And then we go quiet for like a month.
Yeah. Sorry. Oopsies.
Yeah. But we're just doing this out of sort of our love for Vocaloid. And we're just 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got a small little team forming, but we'll try our best.
Yes. We're trying.
So thank you for still supporting us even throughout. Yes. Yeah. Thank you 39s.
Thank you 39s. We'll see you whenever.
We will see you whenever Miku lets us back in. Oh no, she's grabbed me. She's dragging me back in. I'm going into the dungeon again.
No.
Remember me.
Oh man.